Just talked to Kyle Daukaus. Now I'm with his brother at Martinez BJJ, Chris Daukaus, fighting UFC 289 July 10th.
Yeah.
You said it's your first time in Canada. You excited to go up there?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Never been. Always wanted to go. I thought this fight was originally going to be in Toronto, so me and the wife were originally making plans to hang out afterwards, but apparently it's 9 more hours fucking west, so that's fun,
I said you got the beard for it.
Yeah. I enjoy some Canadian things, for some maple syrup and different things like that. So we'll see how it goes.
And obviously, dude, the big story around you is you're cutting down from heavyweight to light heavyweight. That's all anyone's talking about. Yeah. I didn't meet you before, so I can't say, whoa, but you look cut. I was watching you train with Kyle. Yeah. You guys, you look pretty close now. You know what I mean?
I think he's walking around the same weight that I'm kind of where I'm at right now. So, I'm, 2 weeks out. Fight week, I generally want to come in under 220-ish, just because the second time I'm making 205, so I don't want it to be anything super crazy. So taking a little extra precaution there, but yeah, so I'm right around 225, 220-ish right now. So I feel great, sleeping great, eating great, and training great. So.
And I talked to Patrick Dana, who you had an interview with last week, and something you mentioned to him was that you wish you made this cut down a while ago, or you said you thought you should have. Why didn't you make that earlier?
Just arrogance. The fighter's mentality is that I can beat anybody in the world, I guess. Like I said in that interview and other times, I've looked up to people who were always smaller in their weight classes. Frankie Edgar, pretty much from the area. Cain Velasquez, those guys. They were always small for their weight classes, but they were beating the best guys in the world. They were considered the best guy in the world at their weight class, and I thought that I could do that. But then when I'm weighing in at 235 pounds and I'm standing across the cage from Derek Lewis, who yesterday, the day before, weighed 265, and now he looks like he weighs 300 pounds. I have to be realistic on these things. And it took me 3 losses in a row for me to finally realize that. Now, the last fight, Rosenstrike, he came in 260, 255, something like that. I thought, it was right there. The weight was right there. I was better at skill set. Thought we had a great game plan. He deviated from what he does naturally. What we pretty much were planning on him doing, he just threw that out the window. So, hats off to him, and it's fighting.
Well, the next chapter's here. Light heavyweight is 2 weeks away, and you're going up against Khalil Rountree, who is somebody who transfers heavyweight power down to light heavyweight. So why Khalil, and how do you feel that you guys match up?
He's the one the UFC offered, pretty much. The UFC offered. They wanted me to make my 205 debut earlier in the year. I told them no. Strictly because I never made the cut before. I didn't want to sign a contract and waste someone else's time, waste the promotion's time, waste the opponent's time. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to, have that guy train for 8 to 10 weeks and then me come in at, 210 or whatever, 207, miss the weight, and everyone would be like, this is a dickhead. You know what I mean? So I thought it was best to do a test cut, see how everything went, and then fully commit to it. So. The UFC really just gave me Khalil, and we're just like, this is it. So I was like, okay. And I'm never the one to turn fights down. Clearly, if you look at everything in my past, especially my record, I really don't say turn fights down. So,
and I have 3 losses in a row that are all knockouts, going up against a knockout artist in Rountree. Does that concern you at all, or do you feel you're very well prepared?
Nah, I'm all right. I'll be fine. I face bigger guys who hit harder. Clearly, I'm okay. I got no problem with that.
And from my understanding, this is not your last fight on your contract.
No.
So this isn't necessarily a do-or-die win, but to you, how much a must-win is this?
Yeah, it always is. The UFC, they're cutting people left and right for everything. You have one bad performance, you say something on social media. That's just how it is as being a quote-unquote independent contractor with them. I'm okay with it. I treat every fight, from the first fight I signed with the UFC as my last. So if I, rattle off 4 wins, they could cut me. It's no big deal. It's just another bump in the road, and this is 3 losses. I win this one. Hopefully they could be like, get out of here, and then, all right, well, I'm out of here, so no big deal.
And, going all the way over Northwest, who's coming with you? Who's going to be in your corner?
We'll see. Waiting for a nutritionist to get back to me about that. But Kyle, Ryan Appleby, one of the amateurs, advanced amateurs who has been training here. Pat is not coming with us. I know.
Training for PFL.
Yeah, it happens. And I wouldn't get him out of Canada with all those sweets. The dude loves candy, so Yeah, Will and all them guys. So we'll see who makes the final cut and all that. So it'll be good.
And just talking to people like Patrick Brady, Petrosky, Ian Alston, you train with so many heavyweights in this region and in this city. Does getting that many different looks help you a lot? Like, is that purposeful and strategic?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I first started out, there was no heavyweights. So it's kind of really like feast or famine around here, especially in this area. And really, once you get a core group of guys and, like, you find a bunch of guys from, different gyms that you can really click with and you have, like, a good personality with, you're not fighting them, then it really works out for everyone's benefit. You're giving different looks to everybody, and, you can always grow from everybody.
And I asked Kyle the same question, so I'll ask you, because you're both in here training tonight, ripping each other's bodies apart. Yeah. You guys both have a fight a week apart, and then also, like, you're both making this next step into a new chapter, right? He's going to cage fear, you're going down to light heavyweight. So what does all of that coinciding with each other do for this training camp?
It makes it special. It's definitely going to make it memorable. The only other, like, memorable time besides us fighting close together would be, like, us fighting on the same card when we both fought for Cage Fury. But yeah, it's just, getting things back on track for both of us. It's really just at that point in our careers currently where we need to get it together. And this is, I think, the hardest I've trained. Clearly dropping to 205 with the diet, with strength and conditioning, and seeing him is just like him back to his old ways before he got signed to the UFC, which is a scary guy. So.
And he fights the week after you, co-main event, CFFC 120.
I'll be there.
You said you'll be there?
I'll be there. Yeah, absolutely. I'll always be there. What am I going to do? I don't do anything. I'm a stay-at-home dad, and I punch people in the face on the weekends when they call me,
Well, beer's on me, but I got to ask you, how does his fight go down? Is he getting that win?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what kind of question is that? He's going to run.
I have to ask.
I know, but he's going to run right through this dude. So, I mean, kudos to the guy for actually taking the fight. Kyle's had numerous people accept the fight and then pull out from the fight. People who used to fight in the UFC, other people who have fought for other organizations, who their records and their experience level shouldn't really dictate, what they were going to do, but, it shows you, it's a testament to him as a fighter. So.
Absolutely. And then when we're talking about Cage Fury, there's also a little partnership with Fury Grappling.
Yeah. I got called out. Did you see that on Instagram?
Who called you out?
Some dude called me out. I don't know.
Just some
random dude was like, "Yo, you want to get on this card?" And I'm like, "I fight in 2 weeks, like afterwards, but I'll get on the next one." So I don't even know who that dude is, but I'll choke him. So I'm fine with it.
Well, I'm looking forward to see that. I'll go do my research and find out. But I also know you're involved in the card on this weekend on May 26th because you're going to be. I'll let you say, but Mr. Ben the Bane Davis, a media member friend of mine, is on the card, and you are.
Apparently, yeah. He hit me up, asked me if I was doing anything Saturday. So I was like, no, I'm not doing anything Saturday. What's the deal? And he's like, do you mind, like, walking me out and, like, cornering me on Saturday? And I said, all right, I'm not doing anything. But he's going against Brad, and Brad's a black belt. So we'll see how this – like, Brad jumped in on, 3 hours notice against Clay Guida and put up a hell of a fight against Clay Guida. So I hope Ben's been training.
Ben is the Bane. That's all he needs, man.
We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm pulling for him. I'm not making any bets, but I'm pulling for him.
If you take him out for a cheesesteak, where's it going to be?
Steve's. We're going back up here to Northeast. I'm not doing anything. None of the Genos and Pats, if it's at the arena, that's a tour shit. Steve's up here.
And then the great city of Philadelphia, man. You've been a police officer here. You've been training here your whole career. You live here. Yeah. Is this your permanent home? Is this your forever home?
No.
No? Hawaii someday or something?
I don't know. Maybe. Florida, go out in the country, get lost, go off the grid. I don't know. My wife she loves this area. Her family's over in Jersey. We're pretty much, I'm going to die here. I grew up 10 blocks from this gym. I'm going to die in this area. So it's all right with me.
It's a Philly thing, man. Yeah, no worries at all.
It's okay.
And Chris, before we get out of here, man, I just want to give you the opportunity. A lot of eyes on this fight, looking at your move down to light heavyweight. Is there anything you would like to say to everybody at home? The mic is yours.
Just thank you, everybody, for the support, the continuous push through, especially these past 3 camps. Well, now this is the 4th camp. Everyone who's in here doing a day class with me, everyone who's always stuck by me, especially my friends, family, wife, my babies. Just really thank you for everything.
Light heavyweight Chris Daukaus in the flesh, June 10th. Don't miss it because it's going to be a banger. UFC 289. Chris, my man, give you one of those. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Absolutely.